Mngxitama On Sunday. Just to the... Hopefully I can see you. Sharp, sharp. I want to greet you all. We're coming live from 7 Melville.
Sorry for the delay.
Those of you who are not on other platforms of this program did not see, but we're talking to Brother Rasta out there, my brother. He has been on this street for a long time now, and he runs a very beautiful business. His business is a business shoe making, leather works, and he does it. He buys the leather and he cuts it, and he makes this amazing products. So we're coming today live from 7th Street in Melbourne. Some of you know this street. You know, I described it as the small, or rather the, shall we call it, small street of Joburg. Long Street of Joburg. Long Street of Joburg. Those of you who come from Cape Town, you know, in Cape Town there's a long street. All the bohemian people go hang out there. In Joburg, we also have a long street, but it's a small street. It's a short street. It's called 7th Street. It's in Melville. Now, you know, I just want to start by saying that we are at Poppy's. It's one of the most popular restaurants in 7th Street. Poppy's is black-owned, and a lot of black people I know, they come here, they hang, they have food. They also reproduce themselves. Generally, in the afternoon, on Sundays like this, you have some live performances of jazz. During the week, also during the day, there's comedies and so on. But it's like a space where community come and meet. I wanted to very much see the mayor of Melville, 7th Street, Eric Mieni. Hopefully he can pass by and say hi to you, my brother Eric Mieni. We call him the mayor of this street. I have grown up in this street, 7th Street, Melville, as somebody who's a pretentious bohemian artist, pavement intellectual. Yeah, pavement intellectual. I have stories to tell on this street, beautiful stories. And I have in fact written on this street a novella, which will be available again soon, and we'll announce this in Braamfontein. There's a bookshop there in Braamfontein. We'll do a program there, and then you will see. That's it, my book, Fools of Melbourne. I wrote a small book about life in this street. Unfortunately, I don't have an actual copy to read from it, but get yourself a copy. Fools of Melville, an amazing little novella about this street, 7th Street in Melville. Okay, today I think we must start off by acknowledging another disturbing development in Venezuela. The news that not make the news is the fact that, and I see Sister Zimasa is on this, I see Sister Umeza is also in this, and I see other people are joining. Welcome to Mngxitama On Sunday, coming live from 7th Street, Melville. I call it the small, I call it the small, the short street of Joburg. You know, you guys in Cape Town have a long street, we have a short street. It's called 7th Street, Melville. But, and we're at Poppy's, if you come to the street. I don't know if you guys, you can listen to, you can hear, there's a bit of jazz coming out in the shop across. It's nice, it's a beautiful street. I love it. And BLF does not only, or this show does not only come out in the white spaces, white owned, but we also do a lot of black spaces. I want you also to say, those of you, whatever platform you are, please subscribe to Black First Land First on YouTube. Subscribe to Black First Land First on YouTube. If you subscribe, then you're able to follow, and then you can get all these programs, this amazing program. Nobody does beautiful, informative, critical program like Mngxitama On Sunday. And we're coming out live to give you news which did not make the news. Okay, let's start with the attack, assassination attack on our brother and president of Venezuela, Brother Nicolas Maduro. We know that yesterday or so, the right wing of Latin America attacked our brother Maduro. Maduro, as we know, is just like President Zuma in this country, is not wanted by imperialism. He was addressing a very important meeting, in a military base, and they were drone. It was a drone attack. We understand about 8 people or so were injured, but President Maduro himself is not injured in any way. But it's a serious aggression against the independence of the people of Venezuela. We keep on saying this. Imperialism is using people in these countries to attack presidents who are pro-people. Just like President Zuma was removed, just like in Venezuela, they are trying to remove, now kill, murder Maduro. We know that doing the same in Brazil. Lula is in jail. President Lula is in jail, despite the fact that the courts have said he must be freed. They are keeping him jail because Lula is with the people. They're trying to take Zuma in jail because Zuma is with the people. And also we know that now in Venezuela, they're trying to take out President Nicolas Maduro. They want to literally kill him. In Ecuador, which is another progressive state, the former president, our comrade, also they want to throw him in jail. This is called lawfare. They're using the law, they're using the courts to silence revolutionaries. If the courts fail, they come to kill him. It's not a light matter, it's not an easy matter. We need to know the enemies of radical economy transformation, the enemies of change mean business, and they will take out those who they think are against their interests. So today we have a big shout out to people of Venezuela, to the president of Venezuela. We stand with the people of Venezuela and we say hands off Maduro, our president. The president, democratically elected by the people of Venezuela, but the US imperialism, together with Latin America neo-colonialists, together with the right wing in Venezuela, they want Maduro out. They want to murder him. So we're saying today to you all, let's stand with Venezuela. And in fact, you must go to the American embassy again to say hands off Maduro, hands off Venezuela. Well, apparently Patricia DeLille has resigned from the DA. Patricia, what am I? She believes that white people are her friends. So she has now to resign, and we'll get more news about why that happened, but we are not surprised at all. The DA is a white party. Any black person in the DA is like those black people under apartheid who joined the homeland system, and they had to defend apartheid, to explain apartheid. So she was in the DA, so it means that she was defending a white project, and white people, as usual, they remember that she's black and they dealt with it. So she has now resigned. Okay, congratulations. Let's see what next she's gonna do. She's gonna stay in the DA to try to fight to get back. The same DA, by the way, has come out now to say it rejects BEE, and it sends our black sister, another one, Gwen. You remember her, Gwen? That one. She speaks very well like a white person. They send her to tell the nation that DA does not support black economic transformation. So white people are using black people to push their racist agenda. But also we must remember there are other people who gave the DA political power in the matrix. What about them? If black people in the DA are just like the apartheid sellouts, what about black people? I'm talking about EFF, you know. It gave the DA political power in the metros. What about them? The DA is not doing anything it never said it will do. The DA has always been white, consistently white, anti-black. And so black people who join the DA know what they're doing. And you know what I hate? At the end of the day, we as Black First, Land First, and Black Consciousness people must defend them. When they come under attack from these white racists, they join. And when they join these racists, they attack us. So Patricia has resigned. We wish that she has learned a lesson and she'll come back home. Patricia will never shut down the door against you. You're always welcome back home. Back home as in the black community, one of us. Now let's talk a little bit about the Zimbabwean election. The Zimbabwean election came and it's a mess. It is a mess. What is shocking is that some political parties in South Africa has come out and to congratulate Nagwagwa, despite the fact that those elections were rigged, despite the fact that people died, despite the fact that many questions have been raised. Some political parties in South Africa who are with the crocodile came out and said congratulations to Mngxitama. So it shows you what is going to happen when they take over. If they're so quick to congratulate their friends, Nagwa, who, by the way, is a British imperialist agent, who is saying that black people must pay for the land that has been taken from the British imperialists and colonialists in Zimbabwe. Now, Chamisa, who was endorsed by our movement, Black First, Left First, and endorsed by President Mugabe, has been dropped from the presidency. If you look at, for instance, how ZANU-PF got the 2/3 majority, so they say. But if you look at the tally of the votes for the presidency, it's actually so close. How is that possible? Are you saying that people who voted for ZANU-PF MPs did not vote for their own president? Or the truth of the matter is that the people of Zimbabwe voted for Chamisa, but the crocodile ate their ballots. You know, Ngwenya is called Ngwena. They say Ngwena in Zimbabwe. This man, Nagwagwa, he ate I said to all my brothers and sisters in Zimbabwe, we know what happened. The crocodile ate the ballot. That's what happened. The sad thing is Zimbabwe has no chance now under this new regime to push the legacy of President Mugabe and make sure there's decolonization of Zimbabwe. It simply means it's a stalemate. The army now is going to kill, arrest, disappear people under the cloak of being a democratic government. Things are not going to be easy. There is always a way out. The people cannot be defeated by an army of an elite. They organize, have a program of liberation, confront those who usurp political power through the military, the coup, and now eating the ballot. They got organized and there's revolutionary leadership. The people of Zimbabwe defeated colonialism. They defeated Iron Smith. I don't think the crocodile is invincible. Okay, that's as far as Zimbabwean elections are concerned. We'll come back next week with more detailed analysis of what happened there in the Zimbabwean elections and what possible way out is there. Why we supported Chamisa? Because we wanted Chamisa to make sure that all the revolutionary people who were with President Mugabe, who are in exile and who are in Zimbabwe, are let alone to reorganize themselves so that Zimbabwe can go back to the legacy of President Mugabe. Now, I want to come out to a very interesting development. Last week in South Africa, we had a big march. It was called Total Shutdown. You know, I think let's start with the language. Total shutdown means most like you shut down, nothing is happening because the cities are not working, the factories are not working, government offices are not working, the traffic has stopped. Total shutdown. I think South Africa, we have become hyperbolic in our expressions. We say things that do not match reality at all. I mean, a shutdown would have been enough, but a total shutdown, go bigger than even just a shutdown. There was no shutdown, there was no total shutdown, but there was a march. And this march, this protest went up to the Union buildings in FEC in Pretoria, and where they happily were received by the president of the country, Ramaphosa. And he was being given standing ovations when he was making empty promises and apologies. The truth of the matter is that we have a bigger problem in this country, and it's been handled very, very badly. Gender-based violence in this country is a serious problem. It's a problem created by a system of white supremacy that has created a war in the ghetto. There's a war in the ghetto. I mean, when we march against gender-based violence is important, but are we linking it to its source? The white supremacy system, which has created a situation where black people are literally killing each other. I mean, there's a total silence, for instance, about the fact that in the ghetto, 17,000 black people are murdered every single year. 17,000. 17,000 people killed in the ghetto. That is bigger than a number that happens in any war situation. There is a war going on in this country, in the black ghetto, created by a white system, which makes us hate each other, which we're not talking about. We march, We say to raise awareness. Awareness of what? Who is the enemy that has created these conditions where we're killing each other, we're raping each other, we're stealing from each other in the ghetto? Who is the enemy? What system makes sure that the ghetto is a place of death? Homophobia, for instance, is true for the black space and the white space. But in the white communities, you don't see any gay people or lesbian being killed. Are you telling me that white people aren't homophobic? We know they're the most homophobic people. By the way, they brought homophobia to Africa. Way before they arrived here, these white people, we lived well, man. We were cool. We have no problems whatsoever. They brought their missionary styles and they brought the Victorian nonsense. And today they turn around and say that we are the causes of these hatreds which they brought to Africa and they brought to our communities. Because we don't have a theory to explain what is going on, we end up being used by agendas of the same white system that has caused and created mayhem in the black community. Let's take this picture. It's my favorite picture of the week. That's my favorite picture of the week from the total shutdown story. Now, that sister is determined, and a few people were around this. This is my favorite picture from this week. Tubula ama watwatwa. Tubula ama, yes, that thing. So, here's the problem. When we talk about gender-based violence, and we disassociate it from the system that creates it in the ghetto, we end up creating the black man as the figure that is problematic, that is the enemy, that is the cause. Of course, yes, we are an instrument as black men of this violence. We rape, it is true. We kill, it is true. We don't kill just women and lesbians, we kill everybody, including ourselves. So, in a project that seeks to bring about an end to violence that does not link the problem into the totality of its causes, we are chasing, in a sense, the wrong answer. There will be no resolution of the gender-based violence or the violence in the black ghetto as long as we leave the subhuman conditions that we find in the ghetto. It does not mean we must not raise the issue, but make it part of the revolutionary agenda to defeat the system that reproduces the problem. Black men must take responsibility. They must come to consciousness. Our sisters, our mothers, our children are not people that must be harmed. We must not harm them. We must not harm each other. We need to understand why we hate each other. It is not our creation, it's a creation of a system. As long as the black man is seen as the enemy, it means we are not seeing the real enemy that has created the black man into being an animal that he is. Now, we're dueling a masende of black men whilst marching with white women. I want to repeat that. Our sisters were dueling a masende, which is fine. I mean, I'm not making any point. My sisters, I'm not saying anything about the methods that you choose. Victims have every right to respond to the violence they experience in the way they deem fit. I'm not saying ngadubula masende, but I'm just saying when you dubula masende, abantu abamnyama nihamba nabafazi babamhlophe, abangadubula masende wamadoda wabo abamhlophe kushukuthi lo shukuthi nihlangane nokudubula namasende abantu abamnyama shukuthi senihamba nabo abamhlophe shukuthi amadoda abelungu ngamanye amagama are not involved in this situation. So I'm raising a critique. I'm not saying black women must be policed about how they respond to violence. No, but we must enter into a conversation about our methods and tactics and also our analysis. That's all I'm doing. I'm not saying don't do masende of rapists. Go ahead and do it, but I'm just asking this question. Why is it that you're marching peacefully with white people, white women, who are not saying, because once you do masende, that message is not to white men, it's to us. We know that. And me, I accept that you must shoot us. But why are you shooting us with white women who don't shoot their own men? There is a problem. I think there is a problem, sisters. And we, as black men, must come to the party. We must listen to what you got to say. We need to find a strategy to end this violence. But if you are assisting white people to destroy black people, then there is also a big question mark about what are you exactly doing? Yes, your rage, your anger is justified. There is war in the ghetto. We're killing each other. Black men are killing and raping black women. It is not acceptable. It must end. It must stop. But we know, so long as that system that created the black man as the animal is there, the system of white people, so talking about we need to cut this shit. Oh, this is a program of children and police ababukayo abalandelayo siyaqolisa abafundi sicela isithandazo self isonto namhlanje kodwa zimbi indaba eMzansi Afrika abantu bakithi bathukuthele kakhulu. And brothers, please, when sisters take up actions, it is not our job to immediately criticize. Let us listen to what they are saying. We have problems as black people. We need to find each other. We need to listen to each other. We need to find common ground about the analysis of what is the problem. Because here's the truth. Our sisters have sons. They're raising these sons. And they're going to shoot the sons to Dugula like they do. They're claiming to Dugula. They have brothers. They have fathers. We are all trapped in the same space. We can't be at war with one another. We must find a solution. And that solution comes from understanding properly what is the main problem that has put us in the situation we find ourselves as black people. We are fighting wars which we did not create. All these problems in the black ghetto, in the black family, amongst black people, amongst black men, women, people with LGBTI community who are black, all those problems are not our problems, are problems created by the enemy. If we love each other, if we understand who the enemy is, we have a better chance to fight and defeat the system. So, my sisters, in the black feminist movement, it's always difficult, all of it, because you see us immediately as the enemy, and when the real enemy is actually out there, and sometimes you're even matching with the real enemy. When the real enemy is invisible, and very happy, by the way, to see us at war the way we are at war for now. And I want to conclude that statement by saying we have not said anything about the 17,000 black men that kill each other. Of the 17,000, by the way, we as black men, we kill about 4,000 of those 17,000, and the rest is us killing each other as black men. There is war going on in the black ghetto. That war is not our war. It's a war created by the system. Until we name the system correctly, until we develop tactics which are correctly towards the enemy, we are not likely to win this war. Okay, I just want us, before we go, to talk a little bit about this program. Again, I want to ask you all who are watching from the different platforms, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Black First, Land First. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Black First, Land First. It's a very important channel. Check that out. Now, I want us to turn to a very important subject here. Last week, when we were in the Omashu, yes, we spoke about how Advocate Thuli Madonsela has been rescued by a white man. So we went around trying to find out who is this white man. You know, today we are going to expose a lot of these situations. Well, now umlungu ka Thuli Madonsela. Now umlungu ka Thuli Madonsela. Kuthiwa lo mlungu lo abamaziyo bathi he is part of white monopoly capital. Some brother during the week said he's so ugly, he looks like he eats rotten human livers. Scary, I thought. Yeah, that's the man. Imagine every day you're gonna see him. Every day you wake up next to this guy, you see this guy. I feel she's a little bit, she's a brave woman. Let's put it that way. Well, apparently it's a gift from Johan Rupert, who gave her also a professorship and gave her a nice pussy job at the University of Stellenbosch. That's the man. The media said he's the protector of Thuli Madonsela. A protector that looks like that. Who likes to be protected by white people, white men that look scary. Our brother Julius Malema, also, you know the story of Julius Malema, right? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about our brother, the toy soldier. Kuthiwa i-toy soldier, uphethe ama-toy gun. Usho naye uthi uhamba nama-toy gun. We are in a real war here. People are talking about toy guns. Ganja. Toy soldiers, toy guns, toy revolution, toy commitment to socialism, toy commitment to land expropriation without compensation. Toys. Unopopi. We're at war here. Our people are dying, our people are landless, our people are poor here, and my toys. Shanga my toys. Kanja. The AfriForum, our enemy, Tina EPLF, if lay a case against Julius Malema. AfriForum opened a case against Julius Malema for the toy guns. Julius says the toy gun. Toy. We are live from Melville 7th Street. This is Mngxitama live. The news, which didn't make the news. And thank you for watching and share. Tell others they must watch this program. It's the most important program, I think, in South Africa because we are able to analyze what's going on. Talking about white protectors. Yes, Adrian Snyman, Juju's man. Adrian, BLF been looking for this man. We found him. He is the guy who gave Julius Malema the gun to shoot up in the air or whatever when there was a lot of black people. Look at this scary. Look, oh Juju no. Look at these scary white people, man. They are protectors. Who are they going to protect these people? Now, let's first open a case against Adrian Snyman. He is the protector of Julius Malema since 2011, as you understand. He has 2008. 2008, I'm told. 2008, I'm told. This white man has a highly advanced, highly armed so-called security company, and they describe in their website that this military men, ex-policemen, former police, former military. Think about it. So it means that this outfit that claims to be fighting or defending people is staffed by former apartheid operatives, army and police. And that is the protectors of Julius Malema.